So a few weeks ago, I had a house guest staying with me, and she called me up while I was at work, and she said, "Hey, dude, you better come home because the FBI is here on your front porch, and they really want to talk to you." And I thought, oh, what's this all about? Oh my God, they must have found the underground meth lab. I've got to assume a new identity, torch everything, lure everyone out to the desert where our story will come to its fateful conclusion. And then I remembered that was just a story I saw on TV once, and my real life is actually considerably less interesting than that. So I thought I'd better go home and figure out what this is all about. And they left a card for me, and I thought, well, it's not just the FBI. This is the Joint Terrorism Task Force. And what the hell do these guys want with me? And I thought, it's got to be something with airplanes, right? I'm on airplanes all the time. This must be the TSA, FBI, they're sort of related. And I thought, they've got those rules about what you can and cannot bring, right? The 3-ounce rule about liquids. And there was this deodorant I bought that I really loved. And if I remember correctly, it was a little bit more than 3 ounces. And when I got on the plane, there was no alarm that went off, but maybe it was a silent alarm. And maybe they've been following me this whole time. And now I'm on a TSA watch list, and my whole life is ruined. And it's all because I didn't buy the right size deodorant. And I thought, okay, before I overreact, let me get a little bit more information here. So I look at the card, and on the front of the card, it lists out all the information. But on the back of the card, the guy leaves a message for me. Pulls, call me. And I thought, at the very least, it's good to know that my tax dollars go to fund an organization that shares a sense of humor and a sense of grammar with lolcats. So I call the guy up, and I say, listen, my name's Elan, and you left this message for me, and he says, I really need to talk to you. Were you on a plane on this certain date, and where were you sitting, and who did you talk to? I was like, look, man, I don't know if I was on a plane on that date. I'm always on planes, and all I can tell you for sure is I was definitely in a window seat, because I'm always in window seats. And he says, window seat, I need to talk to you. I'll be at your office tomorrow morning. And he hangs up. I thought, well, I didn't give him the address of the office. This is a little bit intimidating. I'm pretty sure I know what happens next. But that's okay, because I've seen the movies. I know what you do when you go to prison. You find the biggest, burliest guy you can. You go up, you punch him in the face, because then everybody knows you're crazy. You don't have to worry about taking showers or dropping the soap. Everything's okay in prison. Prison, I can do this glass half full, no problem. So they show up the next day. They show me a badge. I have no idea what a real FBI badge looks like, so I invite them back. And they start asking me all these questions. I asked if I could take a picture to show you guys, but they said no. So I scoured the internet for the best picture I could find that matches my mental image of them, and this is what I came up with. And they were totally doing the good cop, bad cop thing, right? Like one guy was looking around and he's laughing. He's like, oh, this is an Xbox office. That's the new Xbox. I love playing first-person shooters. And I'm thinking, great, a federal agent who's here to interrogate me just admitted he likes shooting people with guns. Now, the good cop, the serious cop, who was just like all business, he's like, I need to know where you were sitting and who you spoke to, and I need to know about these exact dates, and do you have an app on your phone with a live updating map of the United States? And I thought, oh, I know exactly what this is. This is Strut. For those of you guys who don't know, Strut is an iPhone app. It's a game you play. It's a GPS-based game. And the way it works is it covers the entire planet in these black squares. And you're trying to unlock these black squares. And you do so just by traveling over a square. Each square is like a square block. And you can ride or fly or in a boat or whatever it is. I love playing this game on planes because you can get a lot of tiles that way. But together, we're trying to unlock the entire planet. I am really good at this game. I play this game a lot. I'm second place in the world, except for freaking Captain Robusto, who is clearly cheating at this game. The way I play this game, though, is GPS on an airplane sucks. So what you do is you sit in the window seat and you take your phone and you put it up right on the window, because GPS is a little bit better that way. And you want to leave the screen on the whole time to make sure the app hasn't crashed, which of course starts to drain your battery. So you got to travel around with a bunch of extra batteries and cables. And in the corner of the screen, there's a countdown timer listing out exactly how many tiles you've got. This is a really good way to play, and my setup looks just like this. And someone saw this and called the FBI. I know. So after explaining the story to the agents, the jokey one, you know, Agent Fanboy is cracking up at this point. And even the other dude has got a little bit of a smile on his face. And I was like, officer, I gotta know, do I need to call a lawyer? Are we gonna have a problem here? And he's like, you're not a threat to the United States. Unless there's anything else you'd like to tell me. And I thought about it and looked at him, and I said, no. And so I went home.